Hey, what's up everyone? This video is going to be another video in which I talk about some various occurrences which have taken place with me, particularly recently, regarding nature. That's why I chose this background, this meditation background, and where there's this connection with nature and the universe and this spiritual connection. I just wanted to use this background so that it would sort of illustrate the connection that I'm talking about. So, recently, within the past several days, which it's happened throughout my life, but it's ramped back up once again recently. And one individual, she commented on a previous video of mine and stated that maybe it's the summer solstice energy that is causing this heightened energy with me. And that could be. That's a very good point, and I'm glad she brought that up. She said to enjoy it, to utilize that energy, and I've tried. So I also hope that we can have positive good fortune and financial fortune, because we definitely desperately need it, and I'm going to be sending positive thoughts and positive vibrational energy to all of you. So I just want to discuss a few things that have happened with me personally regarding the past few days. So, well, one of which happened a couple of weeks ago, but particularly with just animals in general. So there was one situation where this dirt dauber, which they look like a wasp, and it flew to the door and flew right into the house, and I pointed toward the door. I was saying, go on back out, and eventually, when I pointed toward the door and closed my eyes and focused my energy back on the door and back onto him, he flew right back to me and sort of tapped me on the nose and just went around and went right back out the door. And he did the same thing again a few minutes later when I opened the door again. It was a lot cooler in the house, obviously, than it was outside. The real feel was well above 100 degrees, and it was very warm. But inside, it was a lot cooler, and I guess maybe that's one thing he liked about the inside of the house. But he flew toward me and just tapped me on the nose, and when I focused my energy toward the door, he then went right back outside. So, also, more situations regarding frogs, particularly. I have this very, very strong connection with frogs, it seems. These toads and frogs they have been following me around quite a bit. And this one in particular, this was a few weeks ago when it was pouring rain outside. It's been pouring again, and I had to, so much that I had to put my rubber boots on. So I put those boots on and was getting the groceries out of the truck to bring them to the house, and I watched my step. I was like, whoops, I almost stepped on this frog. That would have devastated me, because that's happened once before, and I buried the frog and blessed it, and yeah, that was upsetting for me when I did that. I'm very soft-hearted with just most of the time. I'm just so connected to everything in nature, and if something's not bothering me or threatening me or harming me, I don't really, there's no reason for me to harm it. So I buried that frog. That was years ago. But that one frog, I actually said a prayer and a blessing for him too. But anyway, this one frog, he kept looking at me and just looking up sideways. So he would hop, 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 and then I was walking toward the house, walking back in the rubber boots, and I said, look, you can't follow me back into the house. And sure enough, he just kept hopping and hopping and hopping and hopping and following me. So then I just kind of stopped and looked at him, and he hopped over there and he leaned up and he just leaned on my boot. He hopped onto the boot, and I said, what, do you want to hitch a ride? And he just leaned up, sort of in a stand, like just leaning up sideways, looking at me with one arm leaned up against my boot, and he had this sideways look, and he was looking up at me, and he or she, I don't know if it was a male or female frog, I'm guessing it was a female, I think, but anyway, it was just looking at me. I don't know. It looked kind of like how they describe a female of the female species of the female gender of the frog to be. It might not have been. I don't know, but um, it was just staring at me and leaned up on my boot and just looked at me like, "Hello." And so I said, "Hello, frog. Hello." And I said, I don't want to step on you. I said, "Go on back into the yard." Well, it leaned down, got back into the yard. It hopped on off. It finally did. And then it did this. It just looked up at me in awe. And it did this little strange little dance. It did this circle with its arms kind of out, and did this legs spraddled out, and did this little dance in a circle, and then just looked at me. And then went a little ways off and waited. So then I went back into the house and brought the groceries in. And sure enough, when I went back out, there was that frog still there. So I pet it on the side, and it turned sideways, and then I went on back and got the rest of the things. And there's another frog that hops out, and I said, "Look," I said, "I don't want to step on y'all." I said, I said, you're going to have to be careful. So I pet the frog on the side, and it kind of just leaned sideways. It really enjoyed that petting. Another YouTuber said that these frogs enjoyed them being petted too. And that happened with me. So the frog then hopped up under the truck. I said, "You're going to have to go ahead and step out of the way." So I hop out of the way, little frog, so I don't want to bother you. And so it did. It went under the truck, and I brought the rest of the things in. But that little dance it did, that was just so cute. That was so sweet. And I've had this strong connection with children, babies, and nature, and animals in general, all week long. And so, a couple of mornings ago, when I was going out to feed my dog, whenever I was walking out there, something compelled me to stop. Something told me to stop and not put my foot down. And I'm glad I did, because I stopped and moved my foot and looked down, and there was this frog just a round little frog, and it was spread out kind of like, "Don't step on me," and just like, "I know you're not going to step on me." That's the look it gave, like, I just know. And then it just looked up at me. And so I petted on its side, the left side, and it actually it's kind of tickled. It's turned its head sideways. It looked like it was tickling it. And then it started scratching like a dog or a cat would do. Apparently I was tickling it too much, and then it just hopped off, and then I said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I petted on its side a little bit more, and then it turned its head sideways like it was enjoying me scratching its side. And then I petted on the head really lightly and said, "Well, I'm going to go now." And it just kind of spread back out and laid down, got comfortable, and laid down in the dirt and the grass there. And so a few days ago, like I stated, this little child was just looking at me with their arms spread out, sort of downward toward the ground, but they were focusing. It was like they were focusing on me, and just focusing their energy toward me. It was very strange. To many people, it would be very strange. And children just looked up at me in awe all week, and they would just look at me, point at me, and say things, and they would just stare at me, just looking up and just turning back around to look at me. People have been talking to me and going all out of their way to do something nice for me, be kind to me, and people have been so friendly with me this week, the majority of people. And I really wish good financial fortune would happen. That would be awesome. We could really use that. But I enjoy helping people when I can, and being able to be kind to people and bring positivity to someone's day, and hopefully it reciprocates and just helps make this world a better place. But yeah, I've just been that way for a long time. It's been happening, and this connection with nature, and also in the truck. That particular day, this was Monday. I think it was Monday. I was thinking about the radio. I was like, okay, I was trying to turn it down. I just thought about turning it down, and the radio accidentally, instead of going down, the volume went up as I was thinking about it. I had my hands out, thought about it for just a moment, and then the volume went back down really quickly. And then the volume went back up, and the radio changed stations by itself. because I was trying to focus my energy and thought about it immediately. My energy was really heightened. Strange things happen like that when my energy is heightened, and I used to, a lot of times I would kind of put my hands in this energy ball, like a psi ball. You can look up psi balls and see how that happens, and that's what I would do, and you can feel this magnetic energy going back and forth, like a attraction and repelling of energy back and forth of two magnets between your hands, and that's what it felt like. And as I would do that in focus, the radio volume would go up really loud suddenly and then shut off, or down suddenly and shut off. And I used to be able to do that with radios a lot. I did that quite a bit. I even looked it up on forums, and came upon several things years ago, back when the internet wasn't as they didn't have as much that they would not allow to show. They censor everything that doesn't need to be censored for people to restrict people from actually getting the information that would be very useful and helpful to them. That's the way the modern internet is. So, but anyway, yeah, I've had that connection all week long with children, nature, babies, animals, everything. They just looked at me in awe and could see my energy, and it's just been, there was 11 minutes and 11 seconds. But anyway, yeah, I've just had this connection that is beyond explanation, beyond what I can convey to anyone. My parents know of this strangeness. They know that that I have this strangeness about me. My mama knows for sure. She witnesses this strangeness, and it's good to know that they do. It really is, and it's good to know that all of you as well do. It means so much. And any strangeness that you experience, please let me know. There are things, and I know there are things that are beyond what that people can comprehend. I know we're so caught up into the daily lives of this world that people tend to forget the complex comprehension, really, of what there really is. They can't really focus to comprehend the complexity of existence in general. And like in one of my videos, I defined time as an abstract concept used to define the linear progression of existence from point to point. And that's always been my definition for as long as I can remember of time, our best way to explain it. But I just thought I would add that in there. Things are beyond the perception of what many individuals currently think about. And it's amazing, really. And I have this heightened energy. People have looked at me strangely, looked at me differently, and children will look up to me. They'll know my name for some strange reason. They'll just say something. One child was just like, he said my name and then stated, "You know him, we all do," or something, and it was just weird. I was just weirded out by that, and her mom was just like, his mom, I don't even think, she just kind of walked on, just like, and he thanked me for holding the door open for them and stated my name, and then stated that they all know me. I was like, what is he talking about? But it just, this energy that I have, I mean, it's been very strange. People have known my name, they've stated my name. People have seen this energy about me and just stared at me in awe. And all week long I've had this strange energy that attracted people and spirits as well. I heard all kinds of activity in the house and around me. I've heard voices, I've heard movements, and also this summer solstice energy could have something greatly to do with it. This individual, she stated that could have something to do with this heightened energy. She said, enjoy it, and I appreciate that. That is a very, very good possibility. So, and they even talked about meditation on the news earlier. They talked about meditation, which I probably need to get back into meditating again. I haven't done that in a while. I actually had an experience 3 different times where it felt like an out-of-body experience, but it was a very, very good meditation experience 3 different times, and it was like complete bliss for a moment, for a little while, but then I used these breathing techniques and then focused on this different energy going inside and out of my body, throughout my body, and moving through my body, and I was completely still, and that was an awesome meditation experience 3 different times. But and I actually felt better afterwards for a few minutes. And that hasn't happened since then. I haven't been able to achieve that level of meditation. It's just been, I haven't really been capable of doing that. Well, I haven't really tried as much, but it's hard to explain, really. If you've ever experienced that, let me know as well. So, and I see I've already gone on over 15 minutes, so I apologize for going on so long. I really hope you got something out of this vlog, sort of. This video blog, or well, it's not really a video blog either, it's just sort of a recording, screen recording. So I hope that you can share with me and things that you've experienced, or what you think about all of this. It's an amazing journey, partially. I wish there could be more positivity to it, and there weren't so many negative things, so much negativity that happens, that takes place in this world. The darkness, depression, anxiety, negativity, and things can weigh people down, and I want to try to bring some light and positivity to those like myself who experience that quite often. But also, I just wanted to share some of the strangeness that occurs in my life and that has occurred this week. So, thank you for being a part of this journey and a part of this channel and a part of this screen recording vlog thing, this video regarding personal situations that I have experienced, and just within the past week, and one within the past month. So I will be doing more very soon, hopefully, and I thank you so much for being a part of it, as always. So much love, God bless you all, peace, and I thank you for everything. Feel free to share in the comment section below, or you can leave an email at the email that I post below, and I'll try to get back as soon as possible. My device has been crazy, as always, lately, and I'm going to try to get back as soon as possible to everyone. And I thank you. My phone and tablet, I'm doing the best I can with them. So, thank you. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't. And if you have, thank you so much, as always. Feel free to leave a like and share this video as well. And leave your comments in the comment section below. I know I've said that already, but I'm trying to pause this video here. I'm just going to go ahead and keep talking until it will actually pause. The device seems to have frozen or something and will not pause, but... So, okay, the time is moving. It might be moving, you might be able to see it, I don't know, but it's moving now. I can actually see it on the screen. The screen was frozen, but anyway, much love and peace. Bye.